He was called the son of Zeus, king of kings, the conqueror of the world. By the age of 30, he had carved out an empire from the Aegean Sea to the frontiers of India, a feat unmatched in ancient history. This is the story of Alexander III of Macedon, whom history immortalized as Alexander the Great. Alexander was born in 356 BCE beneath the golden roofs of Pella, the heart of the Macedonian kingdom. His father, King Philip II, was a tactician of rare genius. Under his rule, Macedonia transformed from a fractured kingdom into the greatest military power in Greece. His mother, Olympias, was fiercely ambitious, proclaiming her son's divine ancestry. In his cradle, Alexander heard the sagas of Achilles, of Heracles, and was told, night after night, that greatness awaited him beyond the horizon. Alexander's education reflected these ambitions. At 13, he became the pupil of Aristotle, the era's foremost philosopher. Walking the palace gardens together, Aristotle filled the young prince's mind with the logic of inquiry, the wisdom of ethics, and the epic poetry that would guide him through war and governance alike. Above all, Alexander cherished the Iliad, keeping it with him through every conquest and trial. Tragedy and destiny arrived hand in hand when Philip II was assassinated. At just 20, Alexander rose as king, thwarting any who doubted him. Unrest swept through Greece, but the young monarch was swift and unyielding. When Thebes led a rebellion, Alexander's response was brutal. The city was razed, an example forged in blood and ruins. The message resonated throughout the Greek world. A new power had arrived, and it would not be questioned. Yet Alexander's gaze looked east. Persia, the mighty empire his father had hoped to challenge, now stood as his own formidable prize. The dreams of Macedonia would become his destiny. In 334 BCE, Alexander crossed into Asia. At the river Granicus, his daring assault shattered the Persians. Victory was absolute. He swept through Anatolia. At Issus, outnumbered, he faced Darius. Alexander's focused charge broke the Persian lines, forcing the King of Kings to flee, abandoning his army and family. Gracious to Darius's captive family, Alexander cemented his image. By 332 BCE, he reached Egypt, hailed as liberator and pharaoh. At the Siwa oasis, the oracle of Amun reportedly affirmed his divine sonship, a claim his mother Olympias long championed. In Egypt, he founded Alexandria, a future beacon of culture and learning, forever carrying his name and legacy. Alexander marched to Persia's heart. At Gaugamela, outnumbered, his audacity shattered Darius's forces. The Persian king fled, later slain by his own. Crowned king of Asia, Alexander adopted Persian robes and married Roxane, but his evolving visions sowed unease among his Macedonian veterans. Undeterred, he pressed east to unknown lands, Sogdiana, Bactria, founding cities, facing fierce resistance, forging new alliances. In India, at the river Hydaspes, King Porus and his war elephants presented his toughest battle. Alexander prevailed, yet, admiring Porus's valor, restored his kingdom. But his weary army at the world's edge would go no further. Alexander, dream of the ocean unreached, reluctantly turned west. Returning to Babylon, Alexander planned new conquests, fostering a vision of a culturally united empire. But fate intervened. In June 323 BCE, Alexander fell ill. He died at 32, leaving no clear heir. His generals carved his empire into pieces, ushering in an age of conflict. Yet his conquests blended cultures, Greek, Persian, Egyptian, Indian, birthing the Hellenistic civilization, shaping art, science, and politics for centuries. Alexander became legend, a symbol of ambition, emulated and feared, a mirror to humanity's dreams and flaws. He strode through the ancient world like a comet, changing all he touched. The king who became a legend. If you enjoy this, please like, comment, subscribe. Share your thoughts. Your support fuels our quest. Until next time, welcome to the Obscura Vault.